Guys, my name is Femi Shade and I'm the creative director behind the brand called Femi's Desserts View. Now let's get into it. Guess what, guys? Today we're going to be learning how to bake up a perfect orange cake recipe. That recipe that has the perfect citrus flavor, right? If you're that person that's been looking forward to learning how to bake this recipe, today is your lucky day. So come, let me show you how I do it. First, I'm going to be going in with the sugar, granulated sugar, 200 grams of granulated sugar. I'm going in with 3 medium eggs, like this. Mix this together. You're going to be mixing this together until it just combine and as it looks just like this. Then you're going to go in with the vegetable oil. Go in gradually with your vegetable oil. Then I'm going to be going in with the milk very gradually as well. So next I'm going to be going in with the fresh orange juice. And I'm just going to set this aside for a few seconds while I get my flour that has a quantity of 350 grams of all-purpose flour already sieved. Then I'll be adding half of a teaspoon of salt into it. Remember, it's an oil-based recipe, so it needs a bit of taste. And I'm going to be adding 16 grams of baking powder into this recipe. It goes in, and then I just simply, mix everything together just until incorporated. I could use a bigger bowl, but yeah, same thing, just until incorporated like this. But before I add that, I would add 1 teaspoon of vanilla oil into it in a single thread, and the entire skin of 1 whole orange. This is going to be about 3 teaspoons if you measure it approximately. So it's going in now. So you could use the green oranges or the imported oranges, but I use the green oranges for the purpose of this video. So I'm just going to mix that in very briefly like this, and I'll just go ahead to add up the dry ingredients gradually till all of it is well incorporated in. So now go. Just for a second, let me make you understand that I'm not going to be adding any orange color to this recipe. It's an outright orange cake in its entirety. When you taste it and when you perceive the aroma when it's out from the oven, and when you taste it, it's an outright orange cake in its entirety. So you don't really need to have it colored in orange before it's an orange cake. This is going to be like a loaf cake, and that's why I prepared a 6-inch dimension of a loaf pan already lined with the parchment paper and dusted and ready for use. I'm going to be baking it on the mark of 160 degrees, not 180 degrees as always, because it's supposed to take like a slow baking process, because it's going to come out like a loaf cake and I don't want to over bake it or get the sides dried out. So we're going to be using 160 degrees for approximately 45 to 50 minutes at the worst case scenario, depending on the intensity of your oven temperature. So now let me just wrap this up and then we'll pour it right into the pan. So to avoid over mixing, what I do is to now scrape the sides at this point. It's not naturally a running texture, despite the fact that it's an oil-based recipe, but it comes up just with the right texture at the end of the day. It's slightly runny and then slightly thick, just the perfect consistency. When I'm done, I will show you. So this is what it looks like now, and we're done. So at this point, the batter is ready. So I'll just give it a clean sweep to make sure that every dry ingredient is well incorporated into it. And this is what the consistency looks like. Those lumps that you see in the batter are the zest of the orange, not flour lump. So now we're going to be pouring this into the prepared pan. Everything goes all in, and I'm going to be pouring it just halfway through, and that is because I don't want it to stay too long. Remember, the depth of this pan is going to determine how fast your cake is going to bake. So I'm going to be putting it just halfway through, as seen here. If you want it to be flatter, all you need to do is to use a bigger dimension of a loaf pan, and you have the perfect cake result. So I'm going to tap it gently on the work surface like this, and I'll pop it into the oven, and I'll be right back in the next 35 minutes at the maximum to show you the result. So our orange cake is ready, and this is what it looks like. So I'm going to turn it right now so that you can see what exactly it looks like. So ready, go. Good. And this right here is what we have. And to give it some extra vibe, I'm going to be taking some icing sugar and just dust it slightly over it. And there you have it. So this is just to add to the sweetness in a very cute way. So we're going to go ahead to cut it now, so that we can all see what it looks like. So here, get my knife, and then this is it. Whoosh. Whoosh. Let me tell you something. You haven't had an orange cake this good in the past. Just follow through with the process as I have explained and be ready for a banger. The flavors are so intense. The aroma is so full of flavor, and it has the perfect amount of sweetness needed for a cake that isn't too sweet and not with a bland taste. Guys, this cake is a game changer. If you like me to share more of my amazing recipes like this, I brought this one out from the very bottom side of my recipe books. If you want more of this kind of recipes, let me know in the comments. Hit me up using your likes and shares, and don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel to get more exclusive recipes like this. Only Femis can give you this. Till next time, guys, I remain your favorite baker girl, Femis Dessertville. See you in my next video. Bye.